at the forward line for the Grizzlies. We have Whip and Scott back on B. Yeti bringing it back across neutral ice. Yeti with it behind the Grizzlies net. Morrison comes away with the puck. Gets it passed across, misses two. Whip pucks and lean to the far corner. And that'll be icing. Or offsides. I don't know where we're at. It is icing. Scott with it in the far corner. Yeti reaching. He's puck to the near corner. Morrison will pick that up. Slipin passes cross ice. Nice pass. Yeti take it away at the blue line. Pressure from Bunis. We'll have offsides Yeti. Yeti into the Grizzlies zone. The pressure here by Mooney. They drop pass. And it's up in the near corner. Reasoner trying to send it around the boards. Yeti from the near side pushing the center. He's puck in front. That one's poked away. Sigmund will get it cleared out of the zone. Yeti will take it back down into the Grizzlies. It's knocked away by Hunter. Picked up by Sigmund. Get it cleared out from neutral ice. He's skating it all the way down. Yellowstone keeping him pushed out to the far board, so pass back. Mooney cross ice pass to Ruger. Knocked away by the Yellowstone Yeti. Good no with the puck in neutral ice here. That one comes loose to center. Morrison will collect. He loses the puck. Picked up by Shell. Shell gets it into the Yeti end. Yeti coming down the near side boards. Scott pass across the wicker or to Whip. We have icing. Morrison at center. Looks like maybe Shell and Winter out for wings. Whip taking it down to the Yeti zone. He goes down. Shell going past the near corner. Yeti controlling the puck. Pressure by Morrison. Scott keeping it in. Winter to the far corner.
Keep working!
Loose puck taken away by Yellowstone. They'll pass cross ice to center and we have a breakaway. Clancy McDonald trying to get to the far corner for it. Whip right there. Tucker shoots that one away. Up the boards. That's up to Shell. He's through neutral ice. Morrison, hustling over to the near boards, getting it down to the Yeti end. Then we'll circle around and bring it right back out into neutral ice. Clausen reaching. Yeti still control. We'll chip it ahead. That's intercepted by Mooney. Yeti with a shot. That's deflected away. Clausen with the puck. That's up to Bunis. Bunis cross ice. Gets around Yellowstone. Bunis with a shot. That one was knocked away by the goalie. Good chance for the Grizzlies though. Bunis with it in the near corner. Backhands it across. Nobody in front. And the Yeti knock it out of the zone. We'll have icing. Bunis, True, and Riesner out on forwards. Scott and Whip back on D. True battling in the far corner. That one's taken away by the Yeti. Yeti past cross ice. Bouncing puck will come to the near side boards down in the Grizzly zone. Scott, fly by. Pretty sure there was a thunk off of Hunter's gear. Good stop, Looney. Yeti control back in their own zone. Pass it out to center. Pass ahead to the near boards. Whip moves to the near corner first. Gibson with the puck. Back out in front of Looney. Knocked away. Scott out to Bunis, and he gets it cleared out of the Grizzly zone. Yeti just waiting to catch it. Pass it over to Bunis. Morrison will pick up the puck now and carry it into the Yeti zone. Move around one. Shot over the left shoulder. Well, goalie's right shoulder, top left corner. We've got a good goal for Gillette. They'll take the early lead with 8:40 to go in the first period. Morrison at the face-off. Sigmund and Goodnow out for wings. Mooney and Clausen out on D. Yeti at the far side boards coming up. Chipped around Clausen. Mooney's back, swinging a stick at it. He gets that one taken away. Reverses around the boards. That's up to Sigmund. Yeti poking at it. Morrison with the puck. Passes it across to the near boards to Goodnow. Fisher's cross ice to Sigmund. Poked away by the Yeti to the far boards. Sigmund's still in there. Morrison with the puck. Sends it towards the net. Wide. It'll be deep in the Yeti zone though. He's going for a change. They're battling in the near boards. Sigmund there. Somebody gets it sent out to center ice. Yeti goes down. And 91 is at Riesner. Sends across the center. Sigmund goes down on the near side boards, bats it, and that'll come out of the zone. Grizzlies will reset. Riesner all the way back to Mooney. Mooney, pass ahead, and we were changing, so there was no pass there. Riesner, Winter, and Shell out as forwards. We're currently on the power play. Yellowstone is in the box for cross-checking. Yellowstone down the near side boards. Winter trying to turn it around here. Puck comes out. Scott will take it in the corner, skates it around his own net. He'll pass it on up the boards, but that's intercepted by the Yeti. Scott to Winter there in the middle. Taken away by Yeti. Poked into the boards by Whip. Gibson passes across to McGonigal. Pressure from Reisner. And that one gets deflected out into neutral ice. Swing and a miss by the Yeti. Off to McGonigal at the far side boards. Shell misses him. Morrison coming across to pressure, but they got it passed over to Gibson. Pressure from Scott. Morrison in the corner. Morrison gets it taken away. Stops up. Morrison with the puck coming around. Passes it up to Bunis. Bunis through neutral ice. It's all the way down in the Yeti zone. Round one. Sends it out front. Just misses Matthew for the back door. Loose puck in neutral zone, but Whip will collect that and gets it turned back down. Morrison right at the blue line. That's poked away. Bunis takes it back in, and we're back to even strength. That was a good goal for the Grizzlies there. Poked in by number 13, Max True. Take the Grizzlies up 2-0, 5:39 to go in the first. Goodnow, Sigmund, and Reisner are out. Clausen and Mooney.
Number 57, Matthew Morrison, assisted by number 13, Max Drew.
Oh, my mistake on the goal. That was Max Drew with the assist to Matthew. Matthew's second goal of the game. If you want the accurate play-by-play, that's up on wyohockey.org. Reisner hustling to the near side boards here. Poked to the head by the Yeti into the corner. Sent out. That'll be intercepted by Mooney. Kept in by the Yeti at the blue line. Mooney behind the net. Clausen will go ahead and send it all the way around the far boards. That's kept in by the Yeti. Yeti control behind the Grizzly net. Pass it, trying to send it out front. Luger will get it cleared out of the Grizzly zone. Poked by the Yeti, picked up by Goodnow. Goodnow down through center ice, shot off. That one stopped by the goalie, but loose puck out front. And Cody gets that one knocked in. That'll put the Grizzlies up 3-0. Matthew at the face-off. Winter and Shell out as wing. Scott and Whip back on D. Morrison taking it down to the Yeti zone. Shot deflected by the goalie. Loose puck out front. It's picked up by the Yeti. Yeti in the far corner. Puck comes free. Stopped up by Scott there. Up and out of play. Yeti first to the near boards. boards. Grizzlies go down. Get it centered across. McGonigal misses his pass. Brady's up to try and pressure him. Swings and misses. Yellowstone sending around to the near corner. Knocked up and around the glass. Shell poking a puck. Yeti just keep it in at the blue line. Morrison picks it up and gets it to neutral ice. Yeti send it cross ice to the near boards. They pass it ahead. Pass Scott. Scott with another swing. He'll be the first one to the near corner. Sends it around the boards. That'll come up to Shell if there's enough on it. Drops it back to Morrison. That was a nice drop pass. Morrison will send it deep in the Yeti zone. That was a Grizzly icing. We need another stride or two before Matthew went to change. We have Reisner, True, Clausen. Sorry, I'm all tangled up on names. Boonis and Whitfout. Boonis and True working together to get the puck down the far side boards. They get it into the Yeti zone. Pressure from the Yeti locking True up at the boards. Puck's just sitting there. Yeti get it chipped back to Mooney, who was waiting at the blue line. Puck flipped up. Yeti's with the breakaway. That one off the post and in. Got a good goal for the Yellowstone Yeti. 3-1, 2:24 to go in the first.
Back to Yellowstone Yeti goal by number 67, John Eva, assisted by number 48, Corbin Lozier.
Scott trying to defend at the far side boards. That one's into Hunter Looney. He's got a good stop here. Scott, Sigmund, Goodnow, Morrison, and Whip out for the Grizzlies. Whip taking it down the far side boards, cut to the center. Offsides. Yeti sent it into the far near side boards. Whip kicking it in the blue line. Yeti back out to neutral ice here. Yeti passing across. Scott hustling to the far side boards. He pokes it away. Into Morrison. Scott. Whip sends it into the corner. Yeti circling around, pressure by Sigmund. They send it to the near boards. His puck went out front. Yeti swing and a miss. Into the side of the net. Mooney. Good stop. Reisner on the face-off. Winter and Shell out. Clausen and Mooney are your defense. Puck all the way down to the Yeti blue line. Yeti will control, bringing it around. Good pressure. Clausen battling in the near corner, trying to keep the puck pushed out. Yeti circling around past the center. Shots off the left side of the net. Winter goes down into the boards. Clausen there battling. Clausen still in the near corner. Winter and Reisner there to help. Winter comes away with the puck up the near side boards. Around one Yeti kind of poked away, but Winter still has it. All the way down to the Yeti zone. Pass across off of the Yeti skate, I think. And they'll turn it back around and head towards the Grizzlies end. Good stop by Hunter Looney there. Puck back onto the near boards. Winter there trying to get it cleared out, and he does. Yeti controlling neutral ice. They're trying to go back and reset. Shell is right there. Reisner collides. Scott off the bench with it. And that'll do it for the first. Gillette leads 3-1. True, Morrison, and Bunis are out for forward. We have Whip and Scott back on D. Morrison with it to the Yeti end. That's knocked away by the Yeti. Yeti bringing it down the far boards. Morrison uses a stick. That one was wide left of the net there. True on the near side boards, getting it poked ahead. Came up with an extra stick there too. True shot into the Yeti player. Yeti pokes around the far boards. Bunis there. Scott passes across to True. True with it. Tries to drop it to Whip, but not enough on it. Yellowstone will be headed to the box here for a hooking penalty, and that'll put the Grizzlies on the power play opportunity. Sigmund and Goodnow out on wing. Mooney and Clausen back on D. Yeti chipping it around the boards here. They're trying to get it cleared out of the zone. Pass across to center. McGonagall's to center. Mooney goes down into the near boards here. Morrison's going to pick up the loose puck. He's trying to find some space to get around the Yeti. And we'll have offsides. Reisner, Shell, and Winter out. Winter dropped back to Clausen, who sends it up the boards. Yeti with it in center ice. Mooney's back on D, trying to keep him pushed out. Pass by the Yeti. Shot deflected away by Looney. Reisner moving up the far side boards. Stopped up by the Yeti. Clausen getting his stick in there. Come back to Mooney. Passes it out to Winter in neutral ice. Poked away by the Demon for the Yeti. And Yeti will take it back the other way. Moving back to defend. Pass across. Shell in a good place to defend that. Yeti with a shot into the players. That was into Reisner, I believe. Yeti still control the puck. Backhand shot. That one does sneak around Hunter. Good goal for the Yellowstone Yeti. Gillette 3, Yellowstone 2 with 11:42 to go. Still 6 seconds in the Yellowstone penalty. That was a shorthanded goal. True, Morrison and Boonis out. Puck back to Whip. Puck stuck under the ref.
That's the Yellowstone Yeti goal by number 37, Kate Gibson, assisted by number 75.
Puck taken away by the Yeti. Scott reaching. We're going to the near corner here. Morrison skating it back out across the Grizzly zone. Passes ahead. That'll go deep in the Yeti zone. The Yeti play it, so we don't have any icing. Matthew takes puck away. Boonis battling at the wall. Yeti take it away on the far side wall. Scott trying to stop it. Can't. Morrison at least gets it cleared out of the Grizzly zone here. Boonis in neutral ice. Racing the Yeti to get the puck on the far side boards. He does. Boonis into the... Oh, wow. Goal by Daxton Boonis. Gillette 4, Yellowstone Yeti 2, 10:43 to go in the second period. True, Reisner and Boonis out. Mooney and Clausen are back on D.
Assisted by number 13, Maximus Drew.
Yeti with it through neutral ice. We'll have offsides. Morrison, Goodnow, and Sigmund out. Morrison with the puck. A lot of pressure from Clancy there. Matthew, shot goes behind the net. So the near boards for Goodnow, he sends it. That's deflected away by the Yeti goalie. Yeti control in the near corner. bring it down the near boards into the Grizzlies zone. Swing by Clausen, and goes up and over the top of the net. Pass out to Goodnow on the near side boards. Yeti reach in. Morrison takes puck into the boards again. Sends it kept in. No, not knocked out. Grizzlies trying to get it through neutral ice. That one knocked away by Ruger. Morrison into the skate of the Yeti. He'll bank it into the boards. Puck's behind the ref. Morrison pulls it out. Yeti in the far corner will send it around the boards. Clausen's ready and waiting. Passes it to the Yeti. Yeti will turn and take it out to center ice. Riesner and Mooney are back. Shot up over the glove of Hunter Looney. That'll be a good goal for the Yeti. Gillette still leads 4-3, 9:05 to go in the second. Riesner on the face-off. Shell and Winter are playing wing. That one's knocked away by the goalie. Into the far corner. Yeti. Riesner using his body to get the puck. Trying to keep it in his blue line. Can't quite. Poked by Whip. Yeti will turn it the other way. Scott first one into the corner. Sends it around a Whip. Whip, gonna reverse direction, skates it around behind the net. Whip up the far side boards, through neutral ice. And we're way off sides on that one. Drew, Morrison, and Boonis. Mooney and Whip are out for the Grizzlies. Yellowstone sent it down the wall. Scott with it. Sends it out to Boonis. In the center, he backhand passes. Yeti. And in between to intercept that one. They carry it out through the neutral zone. Boonis with some good pressure at the far wall. Yellowstone will continue right on through. Matthew pressuring behind the net. Gets the puck taken away. Sends it up the near boards to True. Bouncing puck. Whip with it. He's quick to get out there. Knocked away by the Yeti. Whip circling back around.
Let's go! Good, guys.
Icing will come back down into the Yeti end. Morrison, Boonis. That was shot by Boonis. Poked in by Morrison. We've got another good goal. The Grizzlies are up 5-3 with 7:27 to go in the second. That is a hat trick for Morrison. try that drop again. Matthew at
And
neutral
that's
ice.
the Grizzlies goal of hat trick number 67, Matthew Morrison, assisted by number 14, Daxton.
Shoot, the puck was underneath Clancy. He spun around, took a shot, and that one snuck in past Looney. That'll keep the Yellowstone Yeti within 1. Gillette leads 5-4, 7-11 to go in the second. Trying that drop a second time as well.
Number 5, Clancy McGonigal.
Sigmund and Reese here working to get the puck. Yeti keep poking away. A lot of back and forth on possession. Yellowstone are going to be up the far boards. Everybody's yelling about some confrontation between players who decided to go hang out in front of the net instead of playing hockey. McGonigal's down into the Grizzly zone. Whip reaching. That's off to the knee pad of Looney. Good stop. Another shot stopped by Looney. Winter sends it into the far side boards. Morrison will collect the puck, skating it around behind his own net. Pulls it out around the glass. Misses Tucker, kept in the zone by the Yeti. Scott back him past the Whip. Sends it out. That'll come across the shell. Morrison will carry it into the Yeti zone. Offsides. Clausen and Mooney hustling back. He'll knock it to the corner. Goes all the way around the boards to Clausen. Clausen stops up. Passes it out to Winter. Yellowstone turns it the other direction. Poked by Morrison. Up to Winter. Winter trying to get around the Yeti. Lots of pressure from them. Morrison sends it to Shell. Center of the ice here. Shell around, trying to get the pass back to Morrison, didn't quite connect. Morrison battling in the corner. Now we've got a dog pile. Morrison, Winter, and Shell are all over there. Morrison comes out with the puck, turns toward the net. Shot gets deflected behind. Puck's under Morrison on the far side boards. Now Ruger's there. Clausen chopping at it. Morrison locked up with the Yeti. Puck still against the boards. Clausen barrels through. Yeti to Clausen. He takes it, sends it behind the net. Shell toward the near side boards. Poked away by the Yeti. Kept in by Shell. Puck's behind the Grizzly net. It'll come out to neutralize. See who comes up with it. Lots of sticks there. Winter at the far side boards with it. He and a Yeti go down. Bunis will collect the puck. Spins around the center. Pressure by Yellowstone knocks it away. Reesner there. Yellowstone will come away with it from behind their own net. They're across neutral ice. Whip and Scott are back to defend. We're gonna have offsides. Wrong button. True, Reisner, and Boonis, Whip and Scott out for the Grizzlies. Yellowstone goes down, puck comes to the far corner. Yellowstone picks it up. McGonagall switching directions behind her own net, trying to get it past. They do not get their pass connected. Thank goodness for that. Hunter doing a good job there too.
Go get him!
Yellowstone into True. That's picked up by Whip. Whip's gonna circle around. Pressure by the Yeti. Sends it down. The Yeti will be the first to the far boards for it. Reverses direction. Whip into the far corner. Tucker comes away with it. Out front, knocked away by the Yeti. Yeti. Pass up to Gibson. He's out ahead of Scott and Whip. They're reaching. Good stop by Looney there. Yellowstone up the far side. They send it deep in the Grizzly zone. Puck behind the Grizzly net. Morrison stops up and collects the puck. Morrison carrying it down. Gets stopped up by the Yeti. Yeti turns. Goes back and shot. Off the crossbar. No good. Into the far corner. Morrison and now Scott battling the puck. Morrison comes with it behind her own net. Sends it around the boards to True. They're around the Yellowstone. True all the way down to the Yeti. He goes down. We'll have offsides. That was right to the goalie. He'll cover that up. Morrison on the face-off. Goodnow and Sigmund out. Mooney and Clausen back on D. Mooney at the near boards here. Offsides. Into the Yeti zone. Yeti there. Boards. Morrison and Goodnow. Morrison comes away with it. Into the skates of the Yeti. Yeti will take that away. Sigmund flying in. Yeti still controlling. Cross neutral ice. Austin swinging at it. Pressure by Mooney trying to keep him outside. They send it out front. That one's turned around. Matthew in the far corner. Picked up by Sigmund. Sigmund pass across to Clausen. Loses it back to Sigmund and collides with him a little bit. Morrison on the near side boards. Slammed into the boards by the Yeti, and we will have a penalty, another power play opportunity for the Grizzly. roughing call on the Yeti. Reisner goes down off. Gunas and True are out as well. Scott and Whip back on D. Here come the Yeti through neutral ice. Hooked away a little bit by Whip there. Reisner goes down. Whip will pick up the puck. Whip flip in, passes up to True. That's batted away by the Yeti. True still with it under near boards though. Trying to get it up to Gunas here. Yeti right at the blue line. This puck comes out to Whip. Puck cross ice pass to Gunas there. He loses it into the far corner. McGonigal sends it around the boards. Gibson gets around Scott. Poked away by Reisner. And batted away by Whip. True on the near side boards, trying again. Lots of Yeti right there, and that'll do it for the second period. Grizzlies leading at 5-4. Hi everybody, wrong button again here. Okay, we got Morrison, True, Gunas, Mooney, and Clausen out.
Settle down! Turn on that river!
Puck in the near corner. Yeti, pass across, good pass, shot off with a post. Into the near boards here, Clausen here. Knocked away by the Yeti. Spins around, pass is knocked out by Mooney into the neutral zone. Yetis will collect, turn it back around, and they're back down to the Grizzly. And Mooney sends it around the far boards. That'll go clear around the True, stopped up by the Yeti. Clausen behind the Grizzly net will send it around the near boards. Gunas reaching, the Yeti's there. Morrison coming in. Morrison trying to chip it up. Oh.
Let's go, Josh!
Clausen and Morrison battling in the corner here. Puck comes back to Gunas. Pulls it away from the Yeti. Yeti trying so hard to keep it in. Gunas is through neutral ice with it now, down to the Yeti zone. Pass across to True. A couple of Yeti players collide and go down here. Yellowstone will control and bring it back through neutral ice. Scott and Whip back to defend. Scott pushing him wide around the net. Whip jumping in. He gets the puck taken away. He's behind his own net. Circles out front. He trips and goes down. Swings it into the boards. It's over to True. True crosses neutral ice but passes it to the Yeti. McGonagall carrying it into the Grizzlies zone. He'll take a shot. That's wide right. Puck bounces around to True, who clears it out. That one's going to go all the way down. We'll have icing. Person on the face-off. Scott trying to get his stick in there. Good, no, lost sight of the puck. Scott picks it up in the near corner here. It's down the near boards. Scott all the way down to the Yeti zone. Good hustle from him, sends it out front. Oh, Reisner and Sigmund just a little too late to connect and get a shot off. Sigmund holding it at the far boards. Yeti get it out into neutral ice here. Scott swinging on his way past. Chip deep in the Grizzly zone. Whip, the first one to the puck. He's around another Yeti down the far side boards. Shoulder of the Yeti is into Tucker, and they will get a penalty for that one. Tripping. Winter, Morrison, Shell, Clausen, and Mooney out for the power play. Yeti controlling. They're going to bring it through neutral ice. Shot. Yellowstone ties it up. 5-5 shorthanded. 10:43 to go in the game. Williams, Reisner, and True out for forward. Yeti threw out front, send it across. Nobody to pass to, so True will get it cleared out of the zone. That one's got too much on it. It'll go all the way down for icing and come back. Still 55 seconds on the Yeti's penalty. Mooney in the far corner, battling. Yeti behind her own net, bringing it around. Out to the near boards now. Stops up, goes down, still controlling the puck. Finally knocked away by Bunis. Swing by the Yeti. Bunis still taking up the near boards. Taken away by the Yeti. They'll send it around the far glass. Knocked away by Whip. True will pick it up. Yeti with it. Center ice. Going down the far side boards. Pass across. Puck at the far side boards. True there. Kept in by Yeti. Chipped out by True. True down the far side. He's got space if he can turn on the jets here. He goes down. And the Yeti will take another penalty here. They're giving Max True a penalty shot here. He's down with the puck, pulls it back, deflected away by the goalie, no good. Carrying the puck down into the Yeti zone. Poking at it, keep it in. Sent out to the far corner. True hustling over to get there. Puck comes around behind the boards. Bunis there sends it into the skates of the Yeti. Yeti trying to get the puck settled down. Oh, it's over to McGonigal. Scott hustling over. Happy about that one. That'll let Yellowstone take the lead 6-5. 8:48 to go in the game. Goodnow, Morrison, Sigmund, Mooney, and Clausen out for the Grizzlies.
Number 5, a hat-trick, Clancy McGonigal, assisted by number 97, Kate Gibson, and 75, John Schneider.
Yeti, that one was knocked away by Mooney behind the net. Yeti circling around at the far boards, Morrison pressuring, reverses direction around Sigmund, trying to weave through the Grizzlies. That one's batted away. Goodnow into the near side boards, past the Sigmund through center ice. Into the skates of the Yeti, batted away by Morrison into the near side boards. Morrison with the puck, pulls it around the Yeti, sends it cross ice. Goodnow, reversing it. Yeti back down to the Grizzly zone. Pass across, shot into the side of the netting. Still in play behind. Morrison chips it into the glass. Yeti at the far board, sending across. It's in the near corner. Sigmund hustling there. Yeti comes out with the puck. McGonigal circling through. Good stop by Hunter. That one's poked by Mooney, but the Yeti are going to pick it up and control again. Pass drop to back out, and the shot. That one's taken away by Mooney. Knocked into the corner by Morrison. Yeti keeping it in at the blue line. Mooney with it behind the net. Sends it up the far boards. Yeti. That one's deflected up and over. Far corner. Mooney locking up the player. Gets it passed out to Morrison. He collides with the Yeti. Sigmund getting his stick in there. Gets it chipped out of the crowd. Yeti shot into Cody. Cody goes down. Yeti circling back around. Sigmund on him. Reisner coming in as a rusher. Yeti in the far corner. Reisner there. Mooney coming in reaching. Sigmund's the one who knocks that away. But McGonagall's going to circle back in. Right into the stick of Ruger. Sigmund on the near boards. Battling, taken away by... we have so much back and forth. I say somebody has it, and they pass it to the other team. Yeti set, shot into lots of players. That one's deflected away. Sigmund pressuring in the corner. That's out to Clausen on the near boards. Clausen chips it around one player and finds some empty ice. Clausen all the way down, one defender back. Oh, he loses the puck into the defender's skates. Yeti bringing it back down to the Grizzlies almost in speed. Reisner back. He trips and goes down. Shots into the near post. Whip is behind the net, trying to find a puck. It's under the player. Yeti chip it into the side of Looney, no good. Clausen's going to send it around the near corner boards. Winter trying to grab the puck up. Clausen at the boards with it, sends it behind the net. Whip back. Will be to the near boards to Winter. Winter goes down. Clausen's right there to help out. Chipping it around one, but kept in by the Yeti at the blue line. Whip circling around, collides with the player. And we gotta slow to get up here. No penalties. Shell with it in the far corner, taken away by the Yeti. Yeti get it turned back around. Scott pushing him to the outside, pass out front. They did not connect. That's knocked away by Tucker. Winter, the near boards. They'll bring it down into neutral ice. Trying to press past the Yeti here. Yeti will turn it around the other direction. Scott swinging. Good pressure. Shell gets it chipped out. He's up the far boards with nobody there. Go Shell, go. Now he's got help from True. Shell into the goalie, no good. Yeti up to Lunas on the far side boards, backhands it towards the net, and that's the goalie missed covering it up. Max True flies in and gets the rebound shot. Good goal Grizzlies to tie it up. 6-6, 3:49 to go in the game. Bunis with the puck down into the Yeti end. Pressure by Yeti to get it taken away. Help from True behind the net. The Yeti's still controlling the puck. They reverse direction behind their own net. Chipping it up the boards. Mooney's back. He gets the bouncing puck. Gets it to Morrison. Morrison's going to circle around. Morrison all the way down to the Yeti zone. Gets it deep in the corner. Bunis there. Yeti in the far corner with it. They pass it up. Cross center ice, missed the pass. Recollect and out around Mooney. Walking over the top of Hunter. We've got another good goal from the Yellowstone Yeti. They'll put them back up 7-6 with 2:59. Good no, Sigmund and Reese now.
That's a Yeti goal by number
Up and
97.
forward, Whip and
Patrick
Scott back on D.
Davidson.
Pass across by the Yeti. Shot. Gets past Mooney as well. Another good goal. Yeti lead 8-6. Under 3 minutes to play. Same line still out. Yeti down, shot stopped by Looney. Knocked up and over the top of the net. Good no, settling the puck down in the near corner. Whip it along the near boards. Around one Yeti. Yeti reverse direction, and that one's back down. Scott pass across. Good stop by Hunter. Carson bringing the puck around. Reesner gets it up the boards and clears it out of the zone. Yeti control, so they'll reset. Back into the Grizzly zone. They pass across to the far boards. Scott going in to pressure a little, but that gets passed around. Yeti out front again. This puck knocked away. Good no with it. Pulls back trying to find space. Cannot get it over to Sigmund. Scott gets it up to Sigmund. Sigmund cross neutral ice with it. 2 defenders back. He goes ahead and shoots it. Right into the glove of the goalie. Minute 34 to go in the game. Winter, Morrison, and Shell forward. Clausen and Mooney are back on D. Battling at the near. Yeti are going to come away with it down the near boards again to defend. It's wide left and goes around the far side corner. Yeti with it in the near corner. It's out to Winter. Winter carrying it across neutral ice. Yeti pressuring into the walls. Winter goes down. Morrison through to pick up the puck. Morrison past one player, stops up. He goes down. Puck comes out to Mooney. Mooney into the mass of people. Winter shot towards the net. Past the goalie on the left side corner there. Good goal for Winter. We'll bring the Grizzlies back within 8-7. Only 44 seconds to go in the game. 44 seconds. Grizzlies trail by 1. Yeti at the near side boards, chipping it up. Stopped up by Bunis. Sends it into the ref's feet. True. Trying to get it up to Bunis again. Yeti are reaching for it. They're up to the far boards. That was Scott keeping it in at the blue line, but the Yeti will get it cleared out. Grizzlies have an empty net. Reisner's back with the puck. McGonigal with the puck. Bunis pressuring him. McGonigal passes over to Gibson on the near boards, tucking up quite there. Scott deflects that into the near corner. Scott will send it around to the far corner to two. Yellowstone Yeti coming with the win, 8-7 over the Gillette Grizzlies.